This is Lola Lee T. I make a lot of videos about 90 Day Fiancé, so support me by purchasing a super thanks and also hit that like and subscribe button. Hey everybody, I'm back with a recap and review of 90 Day Fiancé UK Season 1, Episode 7 for me, and maybe Episode 9 for you. It's showing as Episode 7 for me. This episode is called Age is Just a Number. I downloaded the Discovery app just so that I could do the recaps for you guys. Anyway, let's get into the recap. Let's talk about Callum and Marvin. Callum is nervous and excited. He's going to be meeting Marvin for the first time in person, and he will be spending 2 weeks. During those 2 weeks, they're going to see if the relationship works. He's going to find out if Marvin is the one. In that short 2-week span, Callum's mom said she's very nervous. She's actually more nervous than him. And like I said before, I really like Callum's mom. She's not sure what Marvin's intentions are for her son. Callum's mom is worried that Marvin may just want to come to the UK because he wants to live in a different place. And maybe he is using her son to do so. And Callum is pretty headstrong. He's going to do what he wants regardless of what his friends think or what his mom thinks. He really just wants to prove everyone wrong. So we see Callum is at the airport waiting for Marvin. He's visibly shaking. Marvin's taking forever to come through those doors. I mean, this is so intense to watch. Then Callum receives a message from Marvin that he was stopped by Border Patrol. Then finally we see Marvin with his bags. They have this beautiful moment. And I could actually feel the love through my computer screen. Callum was so relieved that Marvin was not a catfish. Even though he was doing video calls with him, he still had that thought in the back of his head. Marvin said he couldn't stop looking at Callum. He was so beautiful. These two are in love, and I think this is the real deal. I think Marvin's intentions are pure. That is what I'm feeling at this moment. Callum's mom has nothing to worry about, but I still agree with her that they should slow down. So the first thing that Callum does is he brings Marvin to meet his mom, which I absolutely love. But this also shows us that even though Callum says that he has the final decision, he still does care what his mom thinks. And that both Marvin and his mom are very important to him. And I mean that he could have booked a hotel for the first 2 to 3 nights just for them to have that alone time. But he didn't do that. He brought Marvin to his mom right away. And both of them realize that it's important for Marvin and Callum's mom to get along. Mama Bear is going to be watching to see how they are together, but realize that it is the honeymoon phase, so everybody is going to be showing their best. She doesn't want him to get swept away, but I really think that the 2 weeks is not enough. And I think that Callum was already swept away at the airport. I mean, he is gone. I loved how they showed us the 48 hours before Marvin came to visit, what that was like for him. Marvin meets up with his friends. He said that they know he's alone and realize how important their support is regarding his relationship with Callum. Marvin tells his friends that he plans to propose to Callum, and one of his friends thinks that it's some sort of love at first sight, love at first online sight, and they wonder if he is not scared. But Marvin said that he's quite confident with this one. He is very sure that Callum is the one, and he doesn't see the point of waiting. Waiting means you're unsure. Marriage is something he's always wanted. And I wonder if marriage is something he's always wanted because it's not legal where he is and that he's been so closeted. And as human nature kind of thing, we always want what we can't have. Marvin said he wants to marry him and it has to happen. He doesn't think that you have to be engaged for a year. There doesn't have to be any plans or time constraints. But what concerns me is he said he's confident with this one. And I wish he had talked more about the other ones that didn't work out and also told us why they didn't work out. Was it because he was in such a rush to get married? Because, I mean, Marvin is in a rush. He is in a rush. What is the rush, Marvin? But look at Callum in this picture here. He looks so happy. He is completely swept away already. So Callum takes Marvin to meet his friend Becky. Marvin shares a bit about his family, that they're not supportive of him being gay. He loves how Callum's family is so supportive. Then he starts talking about having children and needing the family support. I mean, wow, things are moving super fast. These two are already talking about their own family. So having his own family is very important to Marvin, but I just wonder if this is something that Callum wants, or is it just something he's going along with because this is something that Marvin wants? And Becky actually confirmed my fears because she said that Callum is not really interested in having his own family, but Callum says he sees this as a compromise. But you know, this is a big deal because having your own family is not a compromise. It's something that you enter into as something that you really want or you don't really want. It's not something that you just go along with to please your partner, because ultimately this will build resentment. So I really do hope that this is something that Callum really wants. And it seems that Callum never really wanted marriage until he met Marvin. This is according to Becky. So I'm wondering, what spell did Marvin cast on Callum? I think Callum is really swept away right now in the romance. And I agree with Becky. I don't think that Marvin is a bad guy. I think he's a really nice guy. I think their love is genuine, but they both need to take a breath and slow down. But you know what? Callum doesn't want to hear it. So what are your thoughts on Callum and Marvin? Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Message me on Instagram if you have any hot tea for me. I love you guys. Bye.